Check. Halfway?
Yeah, that's where, like Pat earlier was showing me stuff. He says he turns those about halfway, and it's usually good. And I have it. Let me get this off of here since this is a wrap, And then there's that going on. And I'm assuming they did start, so get Chris dry break, maybe.
I don't know if they started or they're just hitting some balls.
Well, Chris broke this rack, so I can't imagine, if he breaks, if they were practicing, I'm just saying it doesn't really make sense for Chris to break the balls and be like, all right, you can come over and start hitting them around. So I'm assuming this is the first rack, especially since Skyler just played it safe.
Oh yeah, I would assume so.
Chris broke, so he won the flip.
Oh, we definitely got a good matchup here with Chris and Sky. These guys are no strangers to play each other for sure.
I know that Chris likes whenever you have a pretty good win percentage against Chris in these tournaments, and he likes to challenge you after you beat him. Do you think there'll be any of this if Chris were to lose?
Well, there's a difference in my ability and Sky's ability, so.
But does Chris know that?
Well, surely he can't not know it, but yeah. So I don't foresee Chris if Sky wins, Chris barking at him.
Is that a wireless mouse?
Yes.
Here, I'll take it, and then I'll mess with the little screens until Eric gets here.
But yeah, Chris is definitely he's been on the bottom side of Sky's beat down to more than one. And actually the old tournaments they had here, the Tri-State All-Star Riders or Tri-State Food Bank tournaments they had, he came runner up to Sky a couple of times, and he to this day still claims he should have won.
It's a good hit, good
was.
make, and he avoids a scratch, and he has a shot on the 4.
So there's no reason Chris shouldn't jump out with the first rack here for sure.
I guess he's looking to see if he's gonna make contact with the 9.
Yeah, I think he definitely wants to spin down a little bit, so he is going away from the 9 when he cuts the 4, so a bit of a back cut. We're going to try to get Sky in the booth after this match soon. The hot seat match will be coming up for too long. If Sky continues to win and Fedor continues to win, they'll be playing each other. Oh, this is the 5 on the side. Okay, I see. I thought that was the 5 or 3 over there. My collar's a little off on this screen versus that one.
Right. Yeah, we got the 5 down here, and then this is the 7 up top.
So yeah, so now I see. Now he wants.
So he's wanting to get above the 5, but without clipping this. He clips the 9, then he risks staying under it, maybe even bumping the 5. If he can avoid it, I think he thinks that he can hit somewhere in here in the middle rail and then come above it.
I don't know if he can avoid it. He may have to hit the 4 real thin. He's looking to avoid it, but
that's risky. He's trying to go bottom rail, side rail, and come under the 5 and then float up.
See, I may just hit the 4 to the thin side of the pocket and let the 9 ball double kiss the cue ball back up. But if you don't hit the 9 in the face, you're in trouble.
I mean, you were scratching if you come off the 9 and spin a little.
Yes.
So, we'll see what he comes up with. He's pretty creative.
He was able to miss it no problem. So,
but I don't think he was planning on hitting the 5 like that. But I
right.
think he's straight in.
Yeah, he definitely didn't want to hit the 5.
And if you look on our overhead, it looks like he has a clear path.
It does go to the side or
but
the corner.
Now, how do you go about getting on this 6 with this not having a whole lot of angle?
Well, I think he can shoot in the corner with some high right, go to the side rail, and just spin back out for a little.
But he's got to hit it like really hard, right? Or no?
He does kind of force it. I mean, he could put it to the side and just spin 2 rails and come back down.
He's looking at the side now.
Just misses the 8 ball and he'll spin 2 rails. Deb, it's good to see you on here. It was good to see you last night.
Goes for the side 2 rails, just like you said. Now the 8 ball's kind of big here.
Oh, he got in trouble. He's getting down quick, so maybe he did. I'm thinking he comes back up before he shoots it. Nope, he had a clear path at it.
He knew it. And from here, I don't really see any issues unless he gets on the wrong side of the 8, but I think that's pretty hard to do.
Well, I tell you, not to be mean, but of us locals, if Chris would happen to win this match, we get punished the worst. Because we'll have to hear about this. How he could have been Sky. It should have been him as the MVP.
If he can play mistake free and then get a few rolls off of some mistakes by Skyler, he definitely has a chance.
He
But
does.
I know Chris is subject to getting his own way sometimes. But if he can just
He does.
keep clear, that was a good shot, drawing it up and down like that. I thought he might play it in the side. But
I did too. Ronnie Brown, how you doing, buddy? Good to hear from you. Ashley, good to see you joining us. I'm sure you've been in and out. You guys, it's my first time on the stream over the weekend. I've been pretty busy with other stuff. And Chris does jump out to an early 1-0 lead. And it was kind of a safety battle where Chris won that, right?
Right. Yes, Chris made a good. Skyler played a pretty good save, but only thing that I was a little surprised with on Skyler's safe is that usually those guys are really good at freezing the cue ball to an object ball, and he left Chris about a 4-inch gap between the two, allowed him to kick freely, and then Chris kicked the ball in.
Yeah, and the ball caromed off a ball, so I think there was some luck factor in there. But he did hit the ball pretty good.
But you would expect, for those safeties for these guys that usually they
get a hit.
Or while playing the safe, they can freeze the cue ball to an object ball, like not just have a blocker. So
yeah, because if he could have frozen to the ball, then he don't have the angle to kick. He's got to create an angle to spin.
Right. And he's gonna have a nice little look over at the rack.
Well, Chris is definitely no stranger to taking his time, Jim.
Would you say the 8 ball's wired to the corner pocket or no?
Well, I would say it's supposed to be.
Ooh, and it's not. It bobbles out.
Yeah, it's wired to the 2 rail in the corner.
Oh, that's right. He doesn't really get This is the kind of stuff that Chris, I know that this is a makeable shot where you, hit the rail first and spin into it.
Look where the 2 ball's at.
Right, so you don't have a shot on the 2, but is there a safe here?
Yeah, there's just no benefit. I guess there's a benefit. You could spin, but you got to fire that ball and let it come back to the 2, and you're kind of guessing.
Right.
So he just gets it out of there.
That was a pretty good shot.
It's a shot that people like you and I don't even see. It was a great shot.
Because he knew where the cue ball was going, he knew where the 1 was going. Even though he did line up the 2, he looked to see. That wasn't just him getting up there and just hitting it.
He was carrying the 2 with the cue ball.
He the whole time he didn't really look at the 1 or anything else. The only thing he looked at was the 2 ball, and so. Can he jump the 2 and hit the
1 ball thin? And
yeah.
If he does, there's a chance the 1-9 could go or the 4 could go. But man, that 7 ball's a really big ball. I don't know if we have another view that would give us a better shot at how much big that ball is. I mean, there is a quarter of the 1 ball.
Oh, that's risky. I would rather just kick 1 rail to the side.
Yeah, I think it's safer.
The only problem is if the 1 ball has a pocket after they kick, you lose the rack. So I think you definitely have to put a little more into it than just making the hit.
Right.
If you hit the top of the 1, you could tie it up with the 4 and just with decent speed. He's still looking at this jump, I think. I'm not sure what technique he's using right now for. I think he's just concentrating. He wasn't even lining it up. He was just, meditating a little there.
Well, Chris likes to. I call it stalling. He calls it taking his time.
I think he was checking to see if his cue was level.
That's probably what it was.
Here, he keeps pointing under the 1, in case he comes up short on it, maybe, or if he's going 2 rails into it and kicking it hard.
Very well could be to try to come up under and kick it. And he actually did both.
And he got safe.
He got away with it. He got it safe and really safe.
Yeah, since it's on the side rail, it takes away the easy 1 rail kick at it. So
yeah, if it had been on the end rail, Skyler makes that ball.
Chris should be able to return to the table.
And there's really no real shot here. He's looking at a 2 rail.
He's going full make here, correct?
Yeah, he's going 2 rails.
Oh.
Wayne the Hurricane Jenkins. I mean, this out's still not easy. I mean, shoot to one, and I guess you could draw back and just move the 4 a little bit and take that long shot with the 2, which wouldn't be bad because the 3 ball's sitting right there by the side.
Yeah, but you still gotta like put a little speed on it. The 7 is really big here. That would scare me a little.
Yeah, as long as you just you
Yeah,
should
that
be
was a good,
fine
good
there.
shot.
And he just he gets straight on the 3 hit ball here. It's just a couple stop shots to the end.
Do you think Chris's heart rate is up right now? Or do you think this is really, he's just...
Well, I will say that Chris does thrive for a high-level game.
Right.
Unfortunately, sometimes his mental aspect of it cost him, and I'm referring to the grinding side of the game.
Right.
He plays really good from when he's in the lead. I got funny there.
But he's still good for the side, though, don't you? Because if you cut it in the corner, it seems like it moves the 5 potentially over to the 6, maybe ties it up. But that's cuttable on the side, right? Or am I?
Well, it's absolutely cuttable on the side. Of course, you got to move the cue ball now.
5 has a bunch of pockets, though. Even with, I think if he goes down to the bottom rail and then back up, he's fine. It looks like he's using inside, but he doesn't like it. He's,
Wait, isn't this the 4 ball down here?
Yes. Oh, okay. So he's on the 4 next. Sorry, I thought that was the 8.
So getting to that, that could be a little tough, shooting that 3 in the side. Joey Gray, welcome to the stream, buddy. Just seeing you posting somewhere. You're out on vacation. Maybe you're in Disney or somewhere. It looks like you're having a good time.
See what he goes with.
Looks like he's shooting at the side. Chris will change his mind a lot in a shot.
That's not on the stream, though.
That's good. That's good. That's real good.
Yeah, it's a thin cut in the side. It's really rough to pinpoint where the cue ball's going to go.
I almost shoot it in the corner because you don't have to jack up as much.
Yeah, and since earlier I thought the 5 was next, since the 4 is next, I really don't mind the shot in the corner.
Because the 5 ball, he's going to hit enough speed, it's going to clear out. We'll just see how good he hits.
I think he's just hitting it, and then whatever he gets, he gets. Let's see if it passes the 9.
Well, no matter what, he's happy.
See, I've been saying on stream, on your phone, do you play that pool game?
I don't. I did for a while, but I don't.
How it has this view, and then you get out a piece of paper to line up shots to see.
Yeah. I used to do it on my computer.
Good shot.
Oh, yeah. Well, there's no real work now.
Yeah, you can exhale when you're at the table,
Yeah, well, you got the hard work done. You feel pretty good that the game's yours. Chris really has one of the best strokes around.
He came a little far, but I think he's okay, even if he wants to shoot it in the corner.
Yeah, I think he could.
He's going for the side.
For either corner here for the 9. There you go.
No, if you have someone that's just started out playing pool and you're having trouble, explaining stance, bridge, and all that stuff, dude, Chris's fundamentals are, I think, top of the line. Like stance, stroke,
They are.
follow through, staying down.
Well, he has a 9-foot diamond in his living room, and he practices, of course, the Coke bottle stroke, and
Right.
he just for hours a day. So he does have the ideal, perfect stance and stroke. But I've always told him you also got to have more than that. You got to be able to compete.
Oh yeah. But my point was, is if you're teaching someone new and you don't, they're not really picking up, how you're trying to explain how to stand and how to follow through. And if you're just out and about. I'm just saying he's a good person to. He has the good fundamentals to copycat off of.
He does, yeah. If you want to mirror it, it's a good one to mirror.
Because there's not really many errors now. Like execution sometimes on his thought process could be a little off, but as far as just everything outside of actually shooting the balls, like I don't think he does anything wrong.
Camera the 2 doesn't necessarily have to go in the back. In a Magic Rack format, the 2 always goes in the back and rack your own. But when you use a wooden rack, it's not quite as important. So to answer your question, no. Well, he's got a tester to start out with.
But after that,
yeah, if he can make this ball, he may run into the 3 ball, so who knows what could happen to it. If it goes on this rail down here by the 7 and 5, it could be in a rough spot.
I think this is the best one.
I mean, there's a case to be made. You almost could bank the 1 ball with a little bit of a safer shot. If you missed a 1 ball cutting it, it's probably not safe at all.
So is this the 2 or the 4 in the middle of the table? Looks like the 2 here, but 4 here.
Yeah, I believe it's the 2 out in the middle of the table.
Looks like he's playing the bank by the way he's drawing it.
Yeah, it seemed like it was a little bit safer shot because you had the 2 ball to hide behind, and he got safe.
And Chris went to double check to see if he was safe, and he definitely is.
But I tell you what, when you leave this much of and the ball that close to the rail with the professional,
they're good at sticking the cue ball.
Yes, they put that 1 ball together in the table. These guys don't just kick for a hit.
No, for sure. They have an ideal of where both balls are headed.
And he hit that a little full, or to the left side.
Right.
Yeah, Chris is getting some good rolls. He played some good shots. He's got to take advantage of them like he has so far. Because if you get any player down, if you're a good player, in an alternating break format.
And you can't ever let up, because we saw earlier with...
Yeah. Fedor in that match was crazy.
Good shot by Chris. Good confident shot.
Chris is shooting very confident.
Looks like he's on the wrong side of it.
Yeah, I believe you're right. And, I think he's too straight to pull 2 rails to come back around for the 3. I'm not sure what he's going to do here.
A whole lot of high right, maybe, and come 3 rails around.
Could do that. It's going to leave you on the long side.
I'm not...
Well, it's not ideal.
Think he's just going to roll it up with these balls or go... I think you have to go combo here with who you're playing.
I do too. I think he's shooting good. You're up 2-0. I think you go for the
maybe against like me or something. He might just roll this down, play cue ball down here, and wait for me to mess up. But here, I think he has to put a little something on it because the 3 ball is going to stop where the 7's at. So the cue ball's got to get back up table without hitting the 8 or 9.
Yeah, his best shot might be to play the 3-5.
Yeah, that's more rewarding.
The 3 ball travels 2 rails around table, and he's got it up in the corner where his elbow's at right now. But I can't tell if he's cutting near the 7.
It looks like the 7.
He's got to draw back over.
What about banking it 1 back by the 6? Is that even in consideration or not really?
Well, you could.
Yeah, he's going combo.
Yeah, I don't think it's very safe.
I just figure if you make the bank, the racks over.
For sure. For sure. Yeah, he could make this combo, and the 3 ball could somehow get funny behind the 5. Ryan, the carry on the 9, that's a very, very tough shot in this position. And it would be unrewarding to miss it.
I think he's committing to the combo.
And he hit it just perfectly. Chris told me he's been practicing up for this tournament. He's playing the best pool of his life. He told me that last time he and I played. Apparently, I practiced better. I don't know. Because I won that match. Right. But he is playing good right now. We give him props.
Well, it looked like it was kind of going towards the point and
Yeah.
straightened up a little.
Yeah, Chris does play at a slower speed. I mean, so far this match, it hasn't been horrible.
It's been, I mean, it ain't like on the shots that he's been stalling on have been like hangers. Like,
Right.
they've been issues to where you've got to kind of look at.
Yeah, he's took his time on a couple tougher shots, what I understand, and it's not been as bad as some of the times I've seen Chris.
Well, that's may have been Joey Yarborough's downfall, not taking time. I don't know if you're able to watch that match or not.
I did.
There was a few shots where he didn't even look at any options whatsoever, just got up and...
Ricky Bobby, how you doing, buddy? Jim, I don't recall what Chris went for in the Calcutta offhand. I'm going to $100 or so.
Yeah. It's a big break there. Kind of what Sky needed.
Yeah, it's
Four ball could be kind of tricky if you don't get flat above it, but you kind of want to play below it, right?
Yes, definitely.
Or it goes in the side. Sorry, the view I was looking at, it looks like it's on the rail, but the one that's on the stream, it's definitely straight in. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm sure Skyler would take this rack and be 3-1 with Chris breaking. We got a little bit of hoorah going on here for Sky now. My good friend Tanya Crawford, also known from Aussie, she's Australian.
3-1.
3-1. We have a we don't have a shutout for sure. Which I never.
There's a lot left in this match, but if somehow Chris Austin pulls this off, is he the new Mosconi Cup MVP?
Well, he'll say he should have been.
We got to put him on the team next year if he pulls this off.
I will say that when Chris first moved here from Ohio, I mean, he's from this area originally, but he moved off to Ohio several years ago. And when he first moved back this way, and he was playing Duel and those guys, he really was playing top-notch pool. I mean, he came down, he won the arthritis tournament with a very tough field. And Chris breaks dry.
And leaves a shot on the one.
He does leave a shot on the one. Oh. All right. Well, my colleague's going to step off for a minute. We're going to welcome Eric Canary back into the stream with us. Eric, have you been watching the match out there?
Yeah, I have been.
Chris is shooting real well right now.
Yes, he is. He's shooting. He's in stroke. It seems like he feels good.
Of course, if Sky manages to get out here, then Sky's breaking on the next match, and at 3-3, now we're right back to anybody's match.
Right. What just happened right there? Did Chris break dry?
Chris broke dry. Yeah. And there's really no foreseeable trouble if he gets on the 3-ball here. Everything else is
Yeah. There's no foreseeable trouble for Sky.
right. And man, to hit that and get in that small of a spot and get an exact spot there to get
Right
the
where
right
you
side.
need to be. Where's he going to play this 4-ball? Back up by the 8, through the 8?
I think it'll go in the side or the corner, so I think he got an option.
Right.
I would say he probably wants the side because you ain't got to do nothing to get on the 5-ball. It's a hanger.
No.
Ronnie Brown says, "What's up, Bird?"
Hey, Ronnie, what's going on?
Yeah, so Sky shoots this in the side. I've jinxed people before, but I don't think I've been jinxing anyone to say that he'll get out here. Tony, I'd say we're in agreement with you.
Yeah, that last break that Skyler had was a monster break.
Oh yeah, it's just routine for, and Skyler has one of the better breaks. in 9-ball on a bar table. He really does. People always say if Justin Bergman has Skyler's break, he'd be unbeatable.
Yeah.
Which I guess he's almost unbeatable anyway.
I was at a tournament one time in Cape Girardeau, and Sky and Justin was down there and telling people that they'd play anybody, and Sky got the rack and break, and Justin got to shoot.
I remember that being taught.
Yeah.
So let's see if Sky can get another big break and capitalize on Chris's dry break to get back to an even match with him.
Yeah, that might change Chris's stroke a little bit.
For sure. Like I said a few minutes ago before you joined, that Chris, he always plays really good from ahead.
Oh, he's a great front runner, and he's not the greatest from behind.
Right. We call that grinding.
Yeah. Yes. He's not much of a grinder.
And Sky comes up to dry break. But he left Chris nothing but a push out or a jump shot.
This is a tough push. It's tough to put this somewhere where Sky don't like it and he wants it, and Chris also get it back.
Well, there's Justin's mother talking. Yeah, Sky and Justin, it is one of the best duos in a team, I would say, since Johnny and Earl back in their younger days. And I'm not sure exactly what Justin's looking at, or what
Chris
is looking at here.
Yeah.
I don't know. I could be wrong.
It's tough to even tie up another ball.
It is. I mean, he could push the 4 on the 1.
Then he don't like it.
Right. Because if he's going to push it on the 1, he's got to push it just to the left towards the rail and let a piece of the 1 set out so he can play
Right.
safety.
Yep. So that's a tough. That'd be a tough push, but that's an option.
He don't want to push where he has to kick at him. Steve, you could be right. He could be looking at to come off the rail, come off the 1 into the 4, or the 1-4, or the 1 off the 4. I mean, this isn't a horrible jump shot for strong players.
No, that's not
It's ideal.
that didn't cross my mind. That would be what I would do. You got to take your chance. That 5 makes that pocket extra big.
Mm-hmm.
I would take my shot at jumping right here. You'll get shapes on the 2.
I mean, you could push to a little more better jump shot.
Yeah,
which Sky would probably take in a second.
exactly. Then Sky takes it. So you got to take your chances here.
I mean, I've seen some of the high level pros. They pushed a much tougher jump shots.
Yes.
Chris has certainly taken his time on this one. I mean, where do you push out to a player like Sky?
That's what's so tough. That's why I get my jump stick out and I take a chance.
Right. The 1 ball, the pocket's a big pocket.
Yeah, it is. You cheated a little bit. Play rail first.
Yeah, I mean, the 1 to go clean. The 5 ball could even go.
A lot of things happen there. Yeah, there's no way I'm passing up this jump shot against Sky.
Yeah, he's just going to push straight across table for just a 50-yard line shot here.
Yeah, I don't like that at all.
No.
I don't like that at all.
I mean, Sky can put him down behind the 9.
Sky's got many options here.
He can go 3 rails, put him behind the 6, 7.
Do you like your chances of Sky not making this ball 1 rail back?
Yeah, I mean, the bank's good. I mean,
jeez.
Might be tough to hold for the 2. You have to feather it or roll it.
Yeah, I don't know what Chris was thinking there. But yeah, Chris has been known to slow play. That's for sure.
Yeah, that wasn't a good push shot.
No, that's what I say. Sky makes this.
He actually played it kind of 2-way. He tried to make that 5-2, I think, just in case. But he made the 1 ball really well.
I would say that was a 90% shot or more.
I agree.
Or more.
I mean, it's not like Skyler's won the bank ring game at the Derby or anything.
No, no. And that's maybe the easiest bank on the table is the short rail, one back in the side.
Yeah, I don't really see any options. I mean, the 6 ball, Skyler's going to go 2 rails out here.
Yeah, he's got a big window out going by 2 rails.
They just come between the 7 and 9 ball. Now here, do you just roll up and shoot the 7 in the long corner? Or do you come 3 rails around for the 7? Or
It depends if you think you can get clean through the 8 and the 9. He did. Yeah, he got clean. Yeah, I agree, Steve. Chris really needed to get his jump stick out there.
Yeah, he should have took that chance. All right, we'll take a little break here in between the match here. We'll come back while they're racking. We'll talk about one of our main sponsors here for the On-Q 64-person tournament, Premier Tax Solutions. Business locally owned by Eric Canary. Eric happens to be in a booth with me right now. We'll talk about that some. So, Eric, anything you can't do in taxes?
Oh, no, I know I can cover it all. Business, individual, estates, trust. I'm
come
licensed.
from a long line, don't you?
Yes.
Your mother,
Yes, yeah. My mother she owns a tax and accounting firm in Colorado. I've got over 15 years experience myself. I offer upfront pricing with just a few questions. That's something that's different in the tax business. Most tax businesses will want to basically get halfway through your tax return or even finish your tax return before they tell you how much it is. And so I'm trying to change things up and offer upfront pricing.
Well, I know we definitely trust you with our taxes here with OnQ, as well as my personal taxes, and I know you've really picked up a lot of business here at Evansville yourself,
Yes.
and they're
Yes, I
repeating
have.
this year, so you're doing something right.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I'm very well versed in the in tax law, so I've even if you're in tax debt or any situation that you can think of, I've experienced it and helped others in it, and I always got good recommendations.
So, Eric, if someone were to Google Premier Tax Solutions in Evansville, would they get you?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I have a website. It's premiertax.solutions.
Okay, so you go to the website, or
Yes.
they could Google, and I'm sure there'd be a
Yes.
phone number in there
Yes.
as well.
Yes,
Okay?
absolutely. Yep.
So Sky looked like he gets a chance to play a nice safety here to start out this round.
Yes, he does. No, I'm okay. Thank you. The blind draw, the first open bid was for 580, and they took Fedor. And then the second open bid was Sky for 520, and I was involved with a committee of 12 people that bought Skyler. No, I'm just kidding. It wasn't 12 people.
So if Skyler wins, everybody makes about $1.80.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
We don't always have the highest Calcuttas at this point here with our events, but they are good Calcuttas, and it's always a good, tough field.
It is. And this tournament, it has great timing. It's the first year you've had this tournament, and with the timing and the pro tournaments that are aligned around it, I believe this tournament will grow.
What do you think, Eric? With the 2 tied up, do you fire the 1-9?
Me, I do. I don't know. Sky might be able to make the 1 ball and see a really good safe on the 2.
Yeah, that could be.
Or he might be going for a breakout. Yeah, he's going for a breakout. Man, that is pretty good control.
Well, I tell you, it is.
I believe he got on the other side of the two, but he can use the 6 in the English. Yep.
Yeah, I mean,
Corbin, my phone number it's area code 812-604-6198.
we can put that in the comments if you guys would like.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll put that in the comments right now, actually.
I'm sure you would not be disappointed with Premier's work. They're very prompt. They're very thorough and good at what they do, and they're very, very reasonable with their pricing. You know, why give money to these big H&R Block guys and all that when you got a local guy that's can do it cheaper and just as well and get you back just as much. And Sky says, Chris, I'm in this too.
Well, I mean, as she's working, I made so much stuff last year from working you're a cook and then you're retired. I didn't know. Because I thought the woman told any.
Well, there's always if, but
well, I mean, I got my thing from George Cook that day, but I haven't got that from the Social Security. I think she did. So I'm not sure.
So I think Chris is maybe questioning Skyler's racking.
Just call me. Well, I'll see.
I was going to say, well, probably in the next week.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
All right,
I believe Chris is questioning Sky's racking methods, which you know.
Well, I would think that's just a move by Chris.
Yeah, there's some sharking methods. You know, speaking of tax, we just had a guy come in asking you about his taxes. That's funny.
Yeah, we did. I just had a guy come in asking me about it right now.
Yeah, that's really funny.
So one thing about taxes is everybody's got to file them.
Yeah, that's right. So Chris is arguing with the Skyler's racking methods. Skyler makes a ball, and Chris says, "See, that's why it's going in."
Yeah, Wayne, you're right. It's not cool. Chris is. I've played with Chris many a times, tournaments, gambling, and he pulls out all the moves. He'll pull out anything he can.
Jim, I don't know. Eric might be able to answer that for you.
If there's free file, there's Jim, there's the IRS free file, and if you make under $31,000 a year and you have no retirement account, you have no health savings account, you have no children, you have one W-2, and you're not a homeowner, which is a very small percentage of the population, then yes, you can go to the IRS free file and you could get your taxes done for free.
But even then, Eric, are they going to work as hard to make sure that you're getting your money you deserve?
No, they won't. They will always miss out on credits and deductions that are out there that you could be getting. And another thing is that's just federal. Whenever you go to file your state, you will still have to pay to file your state. So that's where they always get you. And another thing about some of the free files is whenever you get your refund, you will get your refund. They make you get it on this prepaid Visa card, and then they have outrageous fees to start getting your money off of it. So they always get you.
Yeah, so you always want to go to someone that's actually working for the guy and not working for the system.
Yes.
Because, Eric is going to work for you to get you all the money you can, where obviously if you're getting your taxes done by the IRS, they want to give you as little money as they have to.
Yes.
So they're going to cut corners in favor of them.
There's been many a times over the years that I've had people that have switched from doing their own taxes to having me do them, and they pay me just a few extra dollars, and they are so happy they did it, and they wonder what took them so long to do it. Same thing with people that go file at H&R Block and Jackson Hewitt. They will give you subpar service with absolutely outrageous prices.
Robert Welling, hello. Welcome. Thanks for watching the stream. Nick Helmbrick, you know what? That's another guy. All these people go to these Geicos and these big insurance companies.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? When I moved over here, Nick is an insurance agent. Correct me, Nick, if I'm wrong. Eagle Insurance, and I converted everything over to him. And I was with Geico, and he sure saved me quite a bit of money.
Yeah, I'm with Nick also. He does all my insurance.
Yeah, people think that the smaller guy can't save them money that's more expensive, but it's not. It's not the case.
You're right, Deborah. Chris is something else whenever he gets to slow playing.
Yes.
And yeah, Steve, just to address that earlier, what would my fee be? That's another thing. Not only do I offer upfront pricing, but my pricing starts out at $60 for the most basic tax return. And that was the scenario we was talking about for the free file. And then I go all the way up to $299. And that's where I get a lot of business, because there's a lot of people that go out that have complicated tax returns and they get their taxes done at H&R Block and Jackson Hewitt, and they pay much more than that. So even the most complicated tax return you can think of, I max out at $299. The average tax return is between $100 and $150 for people that have married and a few kids, and they're self-employed and have a business. And
great shot there.
One thing I can assure you is I'm much cheaper than all of the franchises. It's hard to find anybody with my rates, and I have 12 years of actual experience working, many more years experience in taxes besides that.
Well, Eric, in a day and age of rapid refund craze,
yeah,
do you have the ability to get money back quick?
Yes.
Like H&R Block does?
Yes, I do. Absolutely, I do. You can even pay your fees out of your refund. I offer that like H&R Block does. I can offer refund advance loans up to 25% of your return. The much lower fees than H&R Block. Yeah, I offer all the services of the big franchises. So,
yeah. So see, I mean, you don't have to be one of the big corporations or franchises to be able to offer that kind of stuff.
No, you do not.
And the problem is that H&R Block and Jackson Hewitt, Sun or Liberty, whatever these big services are, they kind of sell it that's their thing.
That's their thing. No, and I team up. I have a third-party bank that I have partnered up with, and I can offer all the amenities of the big chains.
Joe Lamacchia says he could probably need something done. You know Joe, don't you?
Yeah, I know
Mount
Joe
Vernon,
well.
Illinois.
Yeah, Joe, I'll definitely contact you this week, for sure.
Joe's a pool supporter from Mount Vernon, Illinois.
Yeah, Greg, I'm not yeah, I know that's a great price. Anybody that is savvy in the pricing of the tax industry knows that I offer extremely good rates.
Chris has got a combination here, and it's going to take him a while to shoot it.
Yes, yeah, Jim, I do. I have to claim what I make doing people's taxes, yeah.
So do you do your own taxes?
Yes, I do. I do my own taxes. Actually, my taxes are filed. I file my taxes immediately. The filing season starts this year, January 28th, and despite the government shutdown going on, refunds will be going out on time to everybody.
I seen that.
Yeah,
First
so
they
that's
said
good
no.
news. Yeah, first it said no, and then it got passed that they are, so that's good news for everybody. So, and even though the filing season starts to January 28th, I can start filing taxes right now, and you get put into a queue, and you'll be one of the first in line to get processed by the IRS when they start.
Chad Wade says, you are definitely getting mine.
Yeah. Yeah, Chad's a good friend of mine.
I figure, if you're going to do business of your everyday type stuff, why not do business with your friends and that's in the business and support each other?
Yes. And I'm a person that cares, and I have extremely secure software and storage of everybody's personal information. I mean, we're in the day and age that people got to worry about security and identity fraud, and I'm compliant with all IRS laws as far as security goes and privacy policies go.
I'm gonna get a better look at this and see. Can he
No, Michael. No, Joey is not in. After Joey lost to Fedor, he played his next match and lost Hill to Chris Brown. He didn't play like himself in that match against Chris Brown. Yeah, I did Josh's taxes last year. Josh, I appreciate that. Looking forward to helping you again this year, buddy.
Oh, I think you can see that ball.
Yeah, I guess he's gonna try to thin it. Nope. No, he went for a.
What if he was going for that?
I can't figure out if it was a safe or if he was going for that. I don't know. I think Chris is starting to get a little indecisive there.
Yeah, he's definitely, now that Sky has won 4 straight.
Yep.
Sky's gonna fire at him, and
yeah, now Sky's starting to get feel a little free stroke going.
yeah. Well, if he can execute this stage, it's a game winner.
Don, yes, I can figure from your last pay stub. I can figure your W-2 information. Yeah, you're right, Jim. Chris would have a really hard time with the shot clock. I remember one time actually when we was gambling that I told him that I was going to have to start making him use a shot clock.
I've had many people come to me as I'm running the tournaments and complain.
Right.
I got to go say something. And I've had to. And Chris gets
Right.
a little upset about it.
He does.
But you can't let a guy just take forever. There's a form of sharking in that.
There is.
There's an art to it.
Absolutely there is. That's how come,
Jason says, how much harder is it to file if I have a 401k and have taken the loan out?
well, it gets more complicated then. You have to fill out 3 extra forms. I mean, I can definitely handle it, take care of it for you. There's a lot of factors in that. You're right, Bivens. I mean, I think Chris can draw this and maybe slide between these balls.
Oh.
I would have used inside draw on that, and that's me. And Tommy said Dawson's got one more in him. I feel it. I gave Tommy a sweat bet before the match started.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and he bet on Chris, and Chris had to get to 4 games.
Oh.
So he's really wanting one more game out of Chris. Let's go, Sky.
Yeah, so Sky will need to finish this out.
Yeah. Which I'm starting to like my chances.
I don't know whose break it is.
I actually was just wondering that. I don't know whose break it is either.
Game 9 would be Chris's break.
Steve, yeah, I've had a few people start to file with me. Yeah, a lot of people get their W-2s online anymore with the company they work for instead of waiting in the mail. So I've had several, maybe a dozen or so have already showed up with all their information ready to file. Well, Chris, I believe this is your chance to win this rack. I believe if Chris don't win this rack, that
I would say it's over.
yeah.
I think we finished with a 7.
Yeah.
7-3.
Mm-hmm. Man, that match earlier with Joey Yarborough and Fedor, did you watch that?
I did.
Man, what a match.
Wow, I mean, you got a guy down 6-0.
It was unbelievable.
And you just start breaking dry and you start to tighten up a little bit.
Yep. And yeah, he missed a couple balls even. Yeah, yeah. And then broke dry a couple times. And then even on the Hill match, he has the 6-9 carom.
Oh, I know.
I bet that's an 80% or better shot for
I
him.
think he makes it 99 out of 100.
Right.
He,
Right? He one-stroked.
he did, and I think
Joey's a phenomenal player.
He
Don't get me
is.
wrong. He got that big lead one-stroking and playing fast.
Yep.
You know, so that's how he plays.
He went down a little far for the carom where he had to pull.
Yeah.
Instead of just use high and drift down into it.
Yeah.
And Chris just broke and he's hooked, so there's going to be a push, which never favors anybody.
No.
Usually your the next shooter.
I mean, maybe he could see a sliver of the one, but I don't think so. Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, if even if he can see that sliver of that one, it's...
We just got to get our debit card out and line it up on the screen.
Yeah, this is our best view. He's going to push out.
Yeah. It's tough to type a ball here. See, whenever I push out, I like to type a ball. But it's tough to type a ball here even.
Yeah, I know. What do you do? I mean, the 2 is already kind of tied up.
That's what I mean. It's like you don't want to really. I don't know if I want to change it. Maybe the carom from the 2 to the 9 is kind of wired to where it's easy to make.
I think he can see a piece of that, but if he can, he can cut it.
Yeah, and not scratch.
And he could, but he's hooked harder now.
Yep.
And I think, he's hooked really, really hard.
Yes, he is. He's probably going to have to kick long ways at this, I guess. Maybe go 2 rails long ways.
Yeah, I don't think he's got any other option. Is that the 2 or the 4? We did change that view. Look at that.
Oh, no. No, Chris. Pull up your pants,
Pull them
buddy.
pants up.
Jesus. Sky probably played a pretty jam-up safe here. Go over, cross-face the 2.
Keep up behind the 6 somewhere.
Yeah, down on the
Just
rail.
find the end table to make sure you can't see it.
Yep. Long.
But you know what?
hidden.
Chris hits his 2 rails in the face. He could very well hook Skyler.
Yeah, he could come up. He could come out with a good roll if he hits this ball good. Corey, it was 3-1. I don't think it was 3-0. It was 2-0, 2-1, 3-1.
Oh,
So, yeah.
Oh, he had a pretty good rub going. He hit it too thin, but then he got tittied out.
Yeah.
Cost him.
Yeah, and I believe now I don't see any problems for Sky here. He gets on the right side. If he gets on the right side of this 3 ball,
yeah, it's over.
then it's over. And I believe he got there. I think he can get by the 8, can he? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
He can get by the 8.
Yeah, Wayne, I agree. The plumber's view there wasn't.
Chris is a odd character.
Yes. And Sky's going to get to the hill here. I don't have a doubt.
Oh,
I'm not sure what he did there.
got a little funny, didn't he? Got a little weird for some
But
reason.
this is still straight in for Sky.
Oh, yeah, routine.
And these guys are used to getting out of line. Now they're getting right back in line.
Yeah, especially on a bar table.
Yes.
Especially on a bar table.
And Sky gets to the hill after being down 3-0.
Was it 3-0?
Yeah.
Oh, I was. Okay, Kevin's correcting me too. And Amanda. Okay, I was wrong. It was 3-0.
Yeah, 3-0. They got to 3-1, and it's just been all Sky Woodward from there.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, on my sweat bet there, if Chris got the 4, I lost.
Yeah.
And he got up 3-0. Let's go, Sky.
And moved out of state.
No, Steve, you're right. Weird on a bar table, Sky.
Yeah, I whenever I say he got weird if that was me shooting, Steve. Let's go, Sky. Let's see a good break here.
Okay.
One's gonna get out far enough for him to see. No, it didn't. I don't
Does
think.
not,
Nope,
does it?
it didn't.
I think that's probably our best view to find out. Yeah, front view is. So, Eric, there's still a chance for Tommy.
There is still a chance. There is absolutely a chance for Tommy because he is hooked. He's hooked ever so slightly. You wonder if he jumps it and makes it, because I'm sure he could jump that and make it. I don't know what kind of reward he gets for the leave on the 2-ball.
Is that the 2 or the 4 down low down here?
Well, actually, I think you're right. That's the 4-ball.
So if he jumps,
so he
if we
makes it.
sit
He gets
right
he
there.
gets shaped. So I bet he ends up deciding to jump this ball. And I'm wrong. He's gonna push.
Oh. Hey. Ouch. So he pushed out, I assume. I turned my head. He pushed.
Yeah. He pushed out.
He
And
left him a shot.
maybe he can see a sliver of it. I don't know if it's enough to cross corner bank it, but
I mean, this is pretty routine jump shot for a good player.
that's what I think. Sky's ready to get it back and jump. If he but if he can see a sliver of the 1, I don't think he's ever gonna give it back.
No. Because he'll crack him off the face and send the cue ball back down here by the 4 and the 8
Yeah.
and let the Q1 ball go across table.
Yes.
Alan Martin, I ain't heard that name in a while. Kentucky. He knows Sky pretty well. Guys, we're heating up for a fantastic hot seat match with Fedor, Gorst, and Sky Woodward. If things stay on track, which I think we're real close to being there. I think next up we got Chris Brown and Randy Johnson Jr. coming up on the stream table. I think I heard him announce that. It probably won't be until they finish the
So Chris is going to decide to not give it back.
Yeah, I don't think you ever are supposed to give us back if you can see that 1 ball at all.
No, not if you can see it, especially against Sky.
Mm-hmm.
That's why earlier when he gave up that jump shot,
I feel like the safety opportunity is just yelling at you here. If you can come across that, if you can see the edge of the 1,
it is.
But if not, I think you're supposed to go for the jump. With that 3 ball sitting right there, there's no way I'm giving this jump shot
Not to
to
Sky.
a player like Sky.
Not to Sky. You got to stay offensive against Sky.
Hey guys, real quick, if you want a thumb drive of any certain match or the entire tournament, let us know. We can get you set up. Email us through the On Cue Billiards page. Yeah, it's pretty tough, Deb, in New York. I mean, it's just, God, it's so expensive. All the travel is up to there, and then to stay there.
No, thank you. I'm fine.
What's he doing? He go try the 9? Okay, he just jumped a very little piece of the 9.
He didn't have much.
If he even jumped at all.
He just gave that back to Sky. He didn't learn anything on the first time he gave it back.
No.
He gave back that easy jump last time.
Yeah, I don't know if he even jumped a piece of a 9 or all, or if
I
he
don't
just shot
either.
it straight in. But he fired it like it was right in front of the hole.
Chris, Chris really needed to stay offensive on both of those push-outs.
Yes.
Those 2 racks are, you see the score 6-3 here. That's a huge deal.
Does guys see that? Look at this transition here.
I don't know if you can see it to make it. It would go off to 8 if he couldn't. I don't know if.
I mean, if not, it's again for these level of players or like Sky's level of play. When I say these,
Yeah.
it's not a horrible jump shot either.
Right.
I mean, better to jump it with a hoe stick.
Right. Right.
Yeah, Sky's just got to jump about a quarter of this 9 ball, but it's in his tight quarters to land it.
He'll just try to land on the 4 ball.
Yep.
Just like that. In shapes.
Yeah, he got plenty.
Wow, that was a great jump.
He'll just shoot this, come one rail back down for the 6 ball and the
Yeah.
adjacent corner over there, and that'll be enough to wrap this.
And what, will he
match up.
just come up in between the 8 and the 9, or try to go all the way back?
I don't think he'll go between the 8 and the 9. I mean, he could, but there's a risk of
I know
scratching.
that's the thing. Is you're playing with a side pocket.
If
Then.
you just come straight down, that risk is gone. But no, but I guess when you're that good with the cue ball control, I guess you can just come in little windows like that. I'd have been scared of it.
Oh yeah, for sure. I would have been scared of it. But he's seen the line exactly.
Yeah. And that's the difference. Them guys do see that line.
Exactly.
Better.
Yeah. Let's go, Sky. Finish this out here for us.
Yeah, I think this is going to wrap this match up, no doubt.
Tommy Cole, I'll be ready to collect that $20 whenever you're ready. I do accept PayPal.
But he'll still do your taxes.
I'll still do your taxes, Tommy. Don't worry. I'll give you a $20 credit.
There you go. So Sky finishes 7-3 after being down 3-0.
Good shooting, Sky.
You know, Chris, Skyler hooks him in the beginning. Chris makes a nice hit on his kick shot, and it goes in the pocket off a ball.
Yep.
And that gives Chris some momentum, and he runs out and gets off Sky's break. And but then Sky just took over, and it was all him all the way.
Yes, absolutely. Then he had some bad breaks. Like his breaking was bad from then, and a couple of bad decisions on some push outs.
Folks, while we're sitting here waiting, I mean, if you have any questions for Eric,
Yeah, absolutely.
and tax questions from Premier Tax Solutions,
Yeah.
feel free to get in the chat and ask. Feel free to. He put his known in the comments, a couple of comments back. Feel free to holler at him.
Yeah, I'm going to put my phone number in the comments again.
Come by the pub and just talk to him if you want. But it is that time of the year, and so everybody needs to get taxes because unfortunately that's something we have to do.
Yes, and I will absolutely take care of you.
I mean, the old saying.
I love taking care of my fellow pool family. What's the next matchup on the stream table here? Oh, Chris and Randy.
Johnson and Chris Brown.
Chris just beat Joey. He's playing